All right. I see myself looking around. I think I am live on YouTube. I'm in the house. All right, let me make sure I mute
I
myself
see
over
myself
here because
looking
this ain't gonna
around.
work. Give me a
I
second,
think
y'all.
I am live on
I'm gonna
YouTube.
have
I'm
to
in the
do
house.
something to turn
All
this
right, let me.
down. Okay, I am good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whether you are watching this live or you are watching this on replay, I am so happy that you took the time. I am excited to be up in here. I am so excited because this is the 12 Mass of Christmas. Da, 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 da. The 12 Mass of Christmas, y'all. This is going to be good. If you don't know, you're going to find out in a second. And so God dropped this into my spirit, and I'm proud of myself for being obedient. How about that? Sometimes we just have to learn how to be obedient. Okay, so I'm pulling up my notes while I am getting myself centered for this conversation. We are coming together every day for 12 days, starting today, December 10th through the 21st. And we are talking about the 12 Mass of Christmas. And today is day one. I am Iana Ma'at, and I am a co founder of Black Love and Marriage. And I'm also the founder of The Art of Overcoming. And in the work that I do, my husband and I work with couples to help them be able to be their best selves in relationships and so forth. That's the quick way to say it. And I also do really, really intentional work with women. So, and helping them to be their best selves as well. So, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for making space in the middle of your day. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. This is not a series uh, designed to make you feel bad. Okay. I just want to be clear about that. This is not a series about shaming how you show up. This is really about noticing. What you will learn about me, if you do not already know, is that I am someone who pays attention to my emotions, my feelings, my thought processes, and I make space for myself. But I wasn't always that way. I learned how to be that way, and I help other people to be able to do the same in their lives so that in your relationships, with your boo, with your children, at work, in the world, with your purpose, you're able to show up authentically. And you will never be able to do that if you don't figure out who the hell you are and you don't notice some things about yourself. And so I wanted to do this because December, it often squeezes us. You know what I'm saying? It squeezes us. It squeezes a lot out of us. There's a lot of tension that sometimes comes in December, and at the same time, there's a lot of joy. I love this time of year. I love all of the holiday songs. My husband be looking at me like, okay, baby, you having fun? I'm like, let's turn on the Christmas caroling situation. Let's pull out Ebenezer Scrooge. Let's make some cocoa. Let me get some eggnog. Where is the mistletoe? I love it. Anybody like me just love all of the stuff with the holidays. And while that is true, and while that is so good, let me make sure I'm here. Okay, I got to do something. Let me see something real quick. I just got to make sure, y'all, because I don't know. I got to make sure that I'm showing up. Okay, I'm gonna come back. Y'all give me grace. Somebody need to type grace in the chat, whether it's live or on replay. Just type some grace. Give Yana grace. She getting it together. I just want to make sure that this is showing the way I need it to show. Okay, and sometimes we got to do that. Okay, I think so. Yes, it is. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, let me get myself off of here. Okay, so while I love all of the things, what oftentimes isn't talked about in my experience as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, as a therapist, as a coach, what oftentimes isn't talked about is that people are also struggling sometimes. People also are feeling overwhelmed. Folks are feeling excited, but then also feeling numb and just trying to get through because the holidays and this time of year oftentimes brings up things that we can ignore all year long. And so what I want to bring forward with this series that all of you is welcome here and all of you should be welcome in your whole life. We don't have to shrink our joy, but we also don't have to police our feelings and our emotions. We don't have to put away our softness. We're not here to pretend. No pretending. No pretending. Somebody, whenever you're watching this, type no pretending If you don't get nothing else from this series other than no pretending, then I'll be all right with that. I'll be okay with that. So we don't have to pretend we're fine, okay? And so this series is really about, at its core, emotional honesty, spiritual grounding. It's about making room for what is true, so that you do not have to carry things in secret. What we know about carrying things in secret is that, guess what? They start to show up as issues in our bodies. People start to say, "Ooh, her attitude is off. Something ain't right with her," right? Because we are not showing up in a way that's authentic, because we're not in touch and we ain't even paying attention. Okay, so today is day one, and we're talking about the performer. The performer. All right, this is mask number one. As we go through this series, you may see yourself in more than one mask. I don't know. We're going to come together on the 22nd, the day after the series ends. I'm going to invite you to just come on with me on a Zoom call, and we're going to just see what came up for you, and connect around that. But this is the part of us, y'all, that knows how to smile on cue. Some of y'all don't want to admit that. This person keeps. Let's just say we're talking about a sister here. She keeps the cookies baked. She got the playlist set. She got the matching pajamas ordered and washed and ready for everybody. Everybody is fed. Everybody is laughing. She never sits down. Oh my goodness. And so she performs joy. Joy becomes costume, not because you don't, if you are this person, don't love the season, not because you don't love your family, not because you don't experience joy, but because you do not feel safe to lay joy down. Oh my goodness. I think I said something. You do not feel safe to lay joy down. It is one thing to possess joy, to know that you can have a joy that God gave to you. You got a deep kind of joy that extends beyond happiness, that nobody else can take away from you. But it is another thing to hold on to that thing, to keep joy as a protection, because you are afraid to lay it down. You're afraid to lay it down. So I'm gonna tell you a story. Let me pull up my note here. I'm gonna tell you a little story. So I just want you to think about this. Think about the woman who plans the entire holiday gathering. If it's you, just say, "That's me. That's me." The entire holiday gathering. She sets the table. She hosts the brunch. She organizes the gift swap. Oh, she makes sure everybody feels seen, but she never actually sits down to enjoy a plate. I know this hits because there's so many folks who do this, or just over functioning, just hyper responsible, just making sure everything happens the way you feel it needs to happen. And you ask her if she's good. Sis, you good? Maybe this is your cousin, or maybe somebody asked you, you good? You need something? You all right? You straight? Like you need a little bit? And if she's good, she'll say, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine." And oftentimes that's what she'll say. But what's underneath a lot of that is that when she goes to bed that night, there is a quiet, achy energy in her being, in her body, one that she has not named, that she's not even sure what it is. But the feeling is, and if you hit a connection with this feeling, write this down for my note takers. She was there for everybody, but no one was there for her. Oh my Lord, goodness gracious. No one was there for her. We're gonna go a little bit longer on this day one because I had to set the tone. So I'm already letting you know we already a minute beyond, but just stay with me. Nobody was there for her. Anybody have that feeling? If you know this is you, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but nobody really checks on me. And if somebody checks on me, it's surface and they keep on going. Performers, if you're a performer, you're not fake. You're often the most loving. You just learned early that joy must be performed in order to be accepted. Okay? So this shows up in our lives as saying, "I'm fine," when really you're exhausted. One thing you can start to do is start telling the truth. "I'm tired." Oh, you scared about how that's going to make somebody else feel. That's their problem. Tell the truth. Another way it shows up is staying cheerful and upbeat, so nobody else feels low or disappointed. When you don't feel that way, you don't have to perform. in order to be okay. Another way this shows up is holding the emotional atmosphere of the family so the holiday doesn't fall apart. Because if you don't show up with the thing that y'all gonna go to or do, then it's not gonna be okay. Another way it shows up is smiling through grief, loss. Some folks are going through seasons of divorce. Some people are feeling intense loneliness, or you're dealing with financial strain, but you're smiling through that and you're not speaking to that. Nobody knows because that's your personal business. But I want to tell you that the more that you are willing to share about what you're dealing with, the more you open up the window of connection with somebody else who says, girl, I'm glad I'm not the only one because I'm over here dealing with thus and so. There's room for all of it. Never letting your face show what your heart is holding is a trauma response. It is a dysfunction. And so I want you to really be able to key into this truth. This mask is not bad, it's just tired. It's tired. Aren't you tired of doing that? Aren't you tired of performing? Aren't you tired of putting on the holiday show, putting on the things for everybody, making sure everything is okay? So here's some questions for self-awareness, and then we'll be complete today. If you're tired, if you know this is you, you are the performer, and you tired of performing, I want to offer this to you. Ask the question, where do I feel pressure to be happy and okay and like cheerful and upbeat all the time? Where do I feel that pressure? What is that about? Why is that? Is that because people are really expecting that of me? Is that because I put that pressure on myself? Just explore that. And then here's the second question. If I let myself be seen honestly for who I am, for where I am during this season, what might change? Oh, go with that one. Take some time to journal on that one. What might change if this person sees honestly where you are? How might they be uh, um, made aware of a reality that you have never shared with them? What might change? And then for those who just want to put a little bonus work, you really want to get in there, I want you to ask this question. What would rest look like if I didn't have to show up and earn it through performance? What would rest look like for me? This is a question all of us need to answer for ourselves. So y'all, there's nothing to fix today. Remember, we're just noticing. We're just noticing. Oh my goodness, if I'm a performer, Lord, if you recognize the performer in you, man, I've learned to survive. I've learned how to do things. I've done some things for a while a certain way, but I don't have to do that anymore. Lord, help me with that. Let me see if I can learn to sit, if I can learn to receive, if I can be open to rest, God. Let me understand that every single time I say I'm tired and I'm doing so much and I'm just overworked and I'm overwhelmed and it's a whole lot and don't nobody be checking on me, that there is something in that. There is an invitation in that for me to show up for myself, for me to tell myself to sit down, for me to give myself permission for what I need, which is rest, for me to say, you know, I put all this together and guess what? I ain't never not gonna do it because I love to do it, but it wears me out and I would just love for you to notice. I would love some more appreciation around that. Do y'all notice that? Because guess what? A lot of folks don't be noticing nothing until you ain't doing it. But you like to do it, whatever it is. So, y'all, tomorrow we're going to continue with Mass 2. Come back, bring a friend, share with somebody, bring your softness, bring your energy. I want you to know that there is room for you to stop performing. You may do this in some places and not in other places, whatever it is. You don't have to continue to show up that way. You can really be your authentic self, and people will love you just as you are. So if it's touched something in you, come back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We're taking this gently day by day. You always can reach out to me. You can leave a comment, and there are also going to be links for you to be able to connect with me if you want to do further work on yourself. But in general, today, just for today, stop performing. Peace and blessings, y'all.